Hello YouTube and the tribe of the horror realm. This is a kind of a dual purpose video. The first is kind of a video response to Richard, aka Horror Show 3000, in his what he calls Horror Nation Participation, Episode 1, which the topic is Dario Argento poster art, or DVD cover art, or VHS cover art, what have you. So I figured while we're doing that, we'll also just show you what I had for the Dario Argento collection. So now, to start off, this fine-looking face here, of course, is Jessica Harper, and back. And this is a limited edition Suspiria print lithograph. This was done at a small independent theater up in one of the boroughs in Boston, Coolidge Corner Theater, and it was done for their Halloween horror movie marathon that runs from like a 12-hour marathon. And the weather was pretty inclement that day, so we couldn't go. So instead, I didn't ask for my money back because they could use it as an independent theater, but they were so kind enough to give me one of the posters. So that is one. I actually don't own a lot of Dario posters. They actually go pretty good money, so I haven't seen a good amount of them either. You know, I've only seen a couple Suspirias, and they tend to go pretty good money. So the next one is not Dario Argento directed, but he put his name to it. And that is original one sheet to Demons 2, which has, see if we can get her in there, some really creepy images. I know it's freaked out a few people, and it's probably the one poster that Teresa refuses to allow to be hung up in this house because it just creeps her out too much. And in this case, there we go, see. This is actually a signed poster. This is signed by Lamberto Bava, the director of of Demons 2. Now another one that we have is, this is a custom poster too. This is only an 11 by 17, and luckily, hope you got a good look at it, because now you're looking at Lugosi's back. This is a originally designed by artist Joel Robinson, artpusher.net. Joel's a friend of ours and probably one of the most incredible artists that I've ever had the pleasure to see his work. Great guy. My goodness. Alright, this is what happens when you shoot live. You just never know what's going to go on. And this one here is actually also up here. This is signed by Barbara Mangolfi, who played Olga in Suspiria. And of course also signed by Joel himself. Now, next is the DVD collection. So, wow, pretty bad glare on the light. First and foremost, this is the out-of-print 2-disc deluxe edition of Bird with a Crystal Plumage. One of the early Giallos. Let me see if I can do that to get the glare going. He followed that up with the Cat O' Nine Tails. This is an early Anchor Bay one that is now out of print. And then Four Flies on Gray Velvet, and this would conclude what they would call Dario Argento's Animal Trilogy. This was so that was from 70 to 71. And 1973, he had actually hosted a small TV show as the host. That was called the La Porta sul Buio, Doorway to Darkness. I guess it's a little better. And Maya released this as a 2-disc box set. And so it was just really episodes of a few episodes. It didn't last too long. Then we jump to Deep Red. This is the most recent edition by Blue Underground. Tremendous film. They show you, they actually expose the killer very early in the film. And you don't, if you're not paying attention, you miss it, but you can go back and see, holy shit, there it is. Really good movie. Okay, so this is the Blue Underground 2-disc special edition for Suspiria, which of course is considered Dario Argento's magnus opus, his finest film, and unbelievably shot, very well shot, and very frightening movie. And then this is the limited edition out of print 3-disc with the, this is also got the soundtrack. This was put out by Anchor Bay. These were back when they were doing these thick cases. So you actually got a booklet with write up about the movie itself, chapter card, and then these awesome art cards. This happens to be unopened, and I haven't dared open them since, or at all for that matter. And there you go. That's the soundtrack by Goblin. And there were 60,000 of these produced. Not exactly truly limited, but a little tougher to find nowadays, residing in a lot of collections. But if you look, you can find them. Around the time that came out, they also put out a standard edition that wasn't limited at all. So that's the single disc edition that was put out by Anchor Bay. And that one you got the card in there as well, but that was it. No booklet, no cards. And now, of course, Suspiria is part of what they call the Three Mothers trilogy. This was the follow-up to that, which is Inferno. I always found it pretty underrated. I actually enjoyed it a lot. The underwater scenes in the flooded library is just tremendous. And then we come to Opera, which is my favorite Dario Argento film.
And mine.
And Teresa's. This is the limited edition 2-disc, limited to 30,000. So, you know, it's a lot scarcer than Suspiria, but not nearly as popular as Suspiria is. And this one actually comes with the booklet, DVD, and then a CD of the soundtrack to Opera. And this was the standard edition, just the regular disc. And then they did Two Evil Eyes. This is a joint venture with George Romero and Dario Argento, and they each did a story that, let's see, I believe Argento did The Black Cat, and Romero did the facts in the case of M. Valdemar. Then I have Trauma. This is the individual release by Anchor Bay, followed up with Card Player, also by Anchor Bay. And then this is the Anchor Bay Steelbook, 5 films by Dario Argento, which is great to be able to kind of get them all at once. And that has a copy of Card Player, Phenomena, which I've actually never been a big fan of that. Do You Like Hitchcock? Tenebrae, and Trauma. So it's a nice box set. Get your fill of Dario Argento films. He also directed 2 episodes of The Masters of Horror. This one is Jennifer, based off the classic comic book story. His movies were definitely some of the goriest, as in the case of this one. This is probably the goriest Master of Horror episode, Pelts. Then this one finally came out. This is the 3rd chapter to the Mother of Tears, the Three Mothers trilogy. And this one would be Mother of Tears. A little bit over the top type movie. And then took forever to come out because Adrian Brody wanted to get paid, son. Giallo, which wasn't too bad. It was definitely seemed like it was more of a hired gun for hire type venture on Argento's part. Alright. As far as others that he had done, as a writer-producer, Michel Sauvier, The Church.
I'm going to look that one.
I don't think she will. And I'm really looking forward to getting the Arrow Steelbook releases of on Blu-ray of Demons and Demons 2, but these for now do. These are the Anchor Bay releases. It's kind of funny because when you get, and he pretty much produced it and just put his name on it to get it going, but I mean, they're pretty much the same film. Then just to throw them in here, these are actually him too, but these are just cheap-ass releases that I bought a long time ago for a number of different reasons. Deep Red, The Hatchet, of course, also known as The Hatchet Murders. Another public domain one, Death Screams. Richard just got that in that box set that Winter King sent him. And then Creepers, which is the alternate title to Phenomena. And of course everybody knows he did have a hand in doing Dawn of the Dead. The international cut with different music and all. This is my Ultimate Edition, which is also my signed piece. Show you what we got on there. There's Scott Reniger, who played Roger. Galen Ross, that's not her, but she needed a spot to sign. Ken Foree played Peter. George Romero right there. The booklet, I'm just adding people that just don't have the shots in there. And that was Sharon Sakati Hill, who played the nurse zombie, and the late Clayton Hill, who was the escalator zombie. They also doubled as wardrobe and ballistics. And Paul Musser, I believe it is, who was the iconic zombie that was used in a lot of the poster art right here. Recently got a chance to meet him. So this is just one of my projects. Not a big guy, big fan of signed DVDs anymore, but I kind of committed to this one already. And then finally, as a writer, my favorite Western, Once Upon a Time in the West. He did have a hand in that, in writing the piece. Brilliant film, absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, my favorite Western. Um, can't say enough to it. But anyhow, we're running into over 15 minutes, which is long. Um, Now, as far as favorite poster goes, or artwork, um, it's really tough. I mean, the covers are all right, but personally, I like this piece here because it is just an amazing piece of artwork done by an amazing guy and a good friend. And I tell you guys, I'm sure you've seen, if you go to conventions, you've seen Joel set up there. If not, artpusher.net, check him out. Um, just incredible artist. So I would say this is actually my favorite artwork to a Argento piece. So the lithograph is pretty cool in itself. There is a place coming out. There's a gallery in the UK that's doing a series of Argento prints. There are going to be 12 of them over the course of the year, and they're really stunning pieces. However, being price conscious, I think we're only going to be able to get one or two of them instead of the whole series. Just, I think it'll probably be something like Suspiria and Opera, since Teresa and I generally would say that those are number one and two, in our canon of Argento films. Do you have a favorite piece of artwork too, honey?
Joel's piece right here.
Yeah, not a surprise. She copies me because she loves me.
It's beautiful. He's very talented.
So that's it. That's what we got that I can remember that I have from Argento. Almost at 18 minutes. I can't believe if anyone is still watching this and not running off to see cats on treadmills or Jim Cornette shoot interviews or what have you. So thank you very much.